it goes. So back to Zamfara, where their governor, right, the one that succeeded Patawale, that is the current Minister of Defense for States. Yeah, I think that's where Patawale is. Is it not like Mini Junior? Badaru is the Minister of Defense. So Patawale is, Junior. So that's the former governor of Zamfara State, the guy that told everybody that Zamfara gold belonged to Zamfara, while Bayelsa oil belonged to Nigeria, right? So he failed, and the guy who succeeded him, so he said they have been negotiating with the terrorists, even though he met a totally captured state, Zamfara. So listen to this.
Complain that negotiations are going on with bandits behind your back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who is negotiating with the bandits in your state behind your back? And why are you not being carried along with this?
That is the $1 million question. And at a point, I had to really come out and say it clearly, because while we're trying to take care of the situation, somebody, somewhere, somehow, behind our back is negotiating with the bandits. As a governor of a state, without my knowledge.
Do you know who's doing this?
Well, to some extent, yeah, we do.
Have you escalated it to someone higher?
In fact, when the situation really got bad, I had to meet Mr. President and complain one-on-one and explain the true situation of what Zamfara is all about, or what it's facing in terms of the security situation.
It's really troubling to think that something like that, because I have heard you and other governors from your region straightforward say we are not negotiating with bandits.
How many times are you going to negotiate? On what basis?
But complain that negotiations are going on with.
So it was the Minister for Defense, so Minister of State for Defense, which is Junior, Patawale, who allowed the Fulani terrorists to take over his own states because they were looking for gold. And he became their godfather, right? While farmers were slaughtered and, farms were destroyed. And openly we can see farmlands turned to mine, like gold mine, where they are mining different kind of things. And the guy boldly came as their governor. I mean, the terrorist was massive. And as the governor, the guy came on TV to display bars of gold. And he said these were the golds from Zamfara. The guy took these bars of gold, and he said that he was going to go and bank it for the Zamfara people in Dubai. And that was the last time everyone saw that. And the increase in terrorism in Nigeria has been linked, to illegal minings across Nigeria. If you see the hotspots where terrorism really prevalent, like serious, just look around there. There is a mineral resource that is being illegally mined. And in order to create the tension or the distraction, here you get, so they have to escalate the terrorism. So in Zamfara State, the Minister of State for Defense is in bed with the terrorists from that axis and beyond. So he is the one to bring safety to all of us, where he's in bed with those who are killing farmers for gold. And whenever they can't get enough gold, then they kidnap poor people for ransom. And the reason why, even if a policeman is shot in Aba, their media will escalate it just as it should be, right? But the terrorists in northern Nigeria, they are killing policemen, they are killing soldiers, they are killing these guys just like it is nothing. And the media will just raise it like 15 policemen killed in Sokoto. 12 policemen killed, 4 policemen killed in Benue. 4 Kiniko because they were killed by the terrorists. It doesn't really raise eyebrow. It actually attracts different reactions. Unfortunately, Nigeria currently, you remember I told you that, or I'll keep telling you, okay, that to start with, Borno State, we're supposed to have 27 local government areas. The only functional local government, the functional local government areas in Borno State, they no reach 12. More than 15 local government areas in Borno State of today is under the control of the terrorists. I'm talking about people who are living normally. Let me give you an example of what this is like. Just assume that which one is area that is pretty much popular? I'll use Lagos. The one that you are going to be like, no, I really, really want you to please imagine this. This is one imagination will not kill you. And an imagination if you open your mind to what it is in Borno State. So, Lagos State has 20 local government areas, Abi, and 37 local council development area, Abi, making it 57. So let's say that 57 now, okay? They are all local government areas with the administrative block like that, okay? 57. Now, I am actually going to stick to the 20. Let's use 20. So I can mention major local government areas. And all of you from that area, you can just imagine if those areas are not Lagos, Borno, but you are there, your children, your family, your everything like normal. Okay, you are supposed to be part of Nigeria behind. Let's say all of you living in areas like Ajegunle, local government, Araromi, Ifelodun, local government, or what's that place called again? Or those of you living in K2, okay, K2 local government, is it called K2 SCDA or something, right? So those of you who are living in, Onigbongbo, local government, like Onigbongbo, Maryland, down to K2 area, going to Mile 12, and then those of you from Ikorodu local government area, all of you under Ikorodu local government area, okay? So let's assume that you are in Lagos, so you are Nigeria, okay? But you are not part of Lagos. Lagos state government dare not come to Ikorodu. Lagos state government and Nigerian government dare not come to Ajegunle area. They dare not come to Lagos Island, kind of. But the only functional place would be like Ikeja. Okay, let's say Ikeja, which is the seat of power. Then you have maybe Maryland too. Okay, Ikeja, Maryland, Shomolu, and then you go straight to Surulere, and all of that. The moment you go outside those places, you are on your own. That's what life is in Borno State, and I've been saying that for years. Baba, they moved all the local government chairmen there. In Borno State, they don't do elections there anymore. Do you get? No elections. They just sit down and write the results. Because where do you want to go and conduct the election? Baba, they want to do local government election, and inside Maiduguri, they will do everything, the state capital. They are building houses for the people at the outskirts of Maiduguri, where they know soldiers can protect people. People have abandoned their areas. But those who couldn't leave, that remain there, they are paying taxes to terrorists in northern Nigeria. ISWAP. But they go to, see, on Fridays, the ISWAP terrorist leaders, they will come out to come and preach to the people in their different communities, the message from their overall leader. That has been happening in Nigeria for the past 5 years, at least. In Nigerian government gazette documents, you know what they classify them as? They class them as ungoverned areas. They don't go there at all. See, if you take a look at this screen, right? These are a few scenes from them. They are teaching the people. These are the people who couldn't leave. these are not, all these people you see seated there, right? They are not members of ISWAP, but they are under the administration of ISWAP, okay? See, they were there to be preached to, and then they were actually telling them about, see, all these people, they're like the common local people, farmers, artisans, and these are people who couldn't leave when others ran or left. They couldn't. So these are people who are paying taxes. These are people that if they violate any of the laws of ISWAP, okay, these are people that they will take out and shoot, or people take out and slaughter on camera, all right, to send a message to other. That picture is from Nigeria, Borno State. But they all have the media that will make you look away. You know, like you are trying to tarnish the image of Nigeria, kind of. So there is this guy, Tayo, I don't know if you probably know him on YouTube. It's a popular YouTuber like that, you know, and is a travel vlogger. Okay, so which means people who captures, you know, things from everywhere they go to. Okay, then he made a video. I think it's about 4 or 5 months ago. Somehow the video, a part of it just made its way. Okay, he had a cut of it and then shared that on Twitter, X, Twitter, now X. So he shared that to remind everyone how he got St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship with $150,000. Baba. The next thing, okay, yeah, in that video, he says something like, this passport, okay, will take him to over 150 countries and without any harassment. Okay. The next thing, the typical fake one Nigerians, the Nigerians, they just pounced on him. Anyway, it worked for him because he made that video go viral. But it wasn't actually anything new. From time immemorial, we have seen why a lot of us wanted a different passport. Simply because of the profiling of Nigerians. If you ever become the victim, a lot of people, if you have actually traveled outside Nigeria, and if you are a regular traveler, I'm not a regular traveler, so I'm not in a position to possibly talk about the harassment of Nigerians because of the passport. But I have covered stories, true stories. I have seen videos, and we have evidence of that. But somehow, the frustrated, typical lying, unfortunate, deceitful, hypocritical Nigerians, they pounced on him. They blamed him for all of the problems of Nigeria. You are demarketing Nigeria. You are telling us, is it Nigeria my Nigeria passport has taken me all over the world and I've never been harassed. People were like, come on, man. We all know this is true, right? So if the guy is making a content out of that, why are you pretending that he's not saying the truth? Why are you pretending that your reality, that fake illusion that some of you are living, like some of you actually do believe that Nigeria, the rest of the world don't know Nigeria or what is going on inside Nigeria. So the hypocrisy stinks. However, I trust others too who would never let that slide. Okay. So is it talking about, is it talking about the situation of Nigeria that demarkets Nigeria, or the actual criminals who are carrying out the degradation and the destruction of Nigeria? The gaslighting is always there. Okay. But you know, the deceit about so many of these one Nigerianists is that they always love Nigeria from abroad, from far away. Many of them are Americans with American passports. Many of them are British, Canadian, and the rest. Many of their children are like Nigerian, American, Nigerian, British, American, Nigerian, you know that stuff. But whenever they want to tell you or want to display their hypocrisy, their lies, they will tell you how much they love Nigeria, and that is from abroad. They will deny all of the abnormalities happening in that place. They will deny it. They will say, yeah, but you shouldn't be saying it, okay? We should not be, it's going to demarket our country. It is not what you are saying that demarkets your country. It is what those criminals and what you are doing. They blame themselves too. They blame others. All of you. Are you not the one who is destroying Nigeria? Are you not the ones who are those who are carrying cocaine? Are you not the ones who are doing this? Baba, it is the same thing you are talking about. You are a Nigerian. And every time you carry that your green passport, there is a stigma you are carrying about. I am coming from a drug dealing country. I am coming from Islamic fanatic terrorist country. This is me. And you can't hide that. The world knows that. To make the matter worse, una can't allow a drug dealer, a drug baron, terrorist sympathizer, the two of them, they are your president and your vice president. The world knows. The compromise on your criminals who are in charge of your country, the world knows. And your politicians, they don't believe in Nigeria. If there's any politician in Nigeria today who does not have the citizenship or another passport, which they have always been easily acquiring for the past 25 years, and even before that. Before that, some of them were sending their wives to America, to countries where if you give birth there, your child is going to be citizens. This is like something they are doing. I'm talking about those in charge of Nigeria. If you see any politician who doesn't have the passport of another country, or their children or their wives doesn't have the passport of another country, maybe they just joined their politics a year ago. Seriously, I'm talking about those top shots. I'm not talking about those crumb beaters, those their foot soldiers. Bokwari Aisha and her children, they are all British. Bukola Saraki and his own family, they are all British. This other guy, Ekwere Madu's children, they are British. There are so many of your politicians like that whose children are either British, German, French, Americans, Canadians, and the rest, because they don't believe in Nigeria. It's part of the goal. The moment you don't hit them, you need to guess your family something, though. Dear Zani, your former minister, she is a citizen of another Caribbean country. They all do that with your stolen money. But it is the vlogger that is talking about it that hates Nigeria, that is demarketing Nigeria. Guess what? Majority of those who are also tackling the guy, they are Americans, they are British, they are, they all have their own different passports. Some of us, we are going through what ordinarily, if we were given choice, that we would never want to pass through just because to get a second passport, something that you believe. A lot of us who left Nigeria will probably have returned back to that place as well. I'm talking about some, maybe not all of us, yeah. Some would probably have gone back with waiting their eyes don't see for this abroad. But because it remained 1 year, it remained 2 years before they would now become a normal citizens. And then once they become citizen, right, then they become a new person. A lot of them are here. They are waiting for their own citizenship and their passports. because Nigerian passport is not a pride. It shows, even though you may not be part of it, right? But you are from there. So the majority of them, where they are abroad. I can understand those of you in Nigeria. You know, I understand you. There's no point in trying to make any sense to you. But you with the Nigeria, and you are reading somebody with they abroad with his family and everybody like me. Come they tell you, say, somebody telling you how weak your passport is and why they will prefer another passport and pay $150,000 for it. Somebody where they abroad, where they don't stay here for 15 years, 20 years, obeying all the bullshit, all the BS that they are throwing at him and his family because he's waiting to have the passport of that country, and he can easily drop the Nigerian passport. That person is now venting on social media. Or the ones who already have the passport, who already have another passport apart from Nigeria passport, they will never use Nigeria passport to go to anywhere. They will use their passport, the other passport from another country. Okay? Many of us are keeping Nigeria passport because we can always use that without visa to come to Nigeria. Sure you get. Many of these hypocrites, this hypocrite Olori Brukus on social media that you are seeing today, in their jackets and suits, telling you they love Nigeria from abroad. They are angry that somebody is telling them that it will, he'd rather pay 150,000 naira for another citizenship of another country, so that can give him access to all over the world without visa. And some of them who have been abroad for 30 years, all because they wanted to be British, they wanted to be Americans, they wanted to be Canadians. They are angry, okay, that somebody is slighting Nigeria because he got a passport of another place. But they are proud of their passport. So I am proud of my passport, my white, green passport. Ironio. So those of you who are listening to them from Nigeria, I understand your own delulu. But what I just don't understand is the madness in some of you abroad, lying to yourselves. Here we don't know that if you see any of them with this British American passports, they have Nigerian passports. It is just to come to that shithole, a place that they feel like, well, let me just pretend I'm a Nigerian now. After that, for those of you who have actually traveled on Nigerian passports regularly, there's no one that can deny the horrible treatment meted at Nigerians, unprovoked. Hey, stand apart. Hey, you, here. People have all of these experiences. But you see those, I love Nigeria from abroad, fake Nigerians from abroad that will never return to Nigeria, but they love Nigeria because they love those who are dealing and destroying people's lives in Nigeria. Somehow, something that makes them more better, superior, like richer. The more they destroy Nigeria economy, the more some of them who actually are a bunch of failures too, the more they appear better than the rest of you Nigeria. They can see their colleague, hello, Akin. How are you? Nigeria, you see, life is not easy, man. You see, my brother, yeah. You see, America too, we are just trying to, because in Padi go begging for $100, so he's a big man. Let me tell you something, that country, we must pray to God, okay? See, even me in America, I know that Nigeria is going to be great one day. Sure you get. Don't worry, I'll send you $50. So you see, that's how I help people in that country. I just, people are hungry in Nigeria. May God just help them. Those who want to feel good, want you to remain in that shithole. They want you to, they want to appear superior to you. And therefore, they love Nigeria from abroad. But when they are all waiting, we are all waiting. For those of us, for those of you who never get their second passport too, yeah? You are all waiting for, I just grab them as a safety net. Oh, let me get my residency. Oh, I don't want their passport, I just want their residency. That's a safety net, kind of, Abby. But they are loving, they are condemning the guy. But well, the guy is doing well. One of them is this guy on your screen. I think she's I don't even know if she's a lady. Shakirat Oluwatosin Raji, and Waniro Aye, all those loving Nigeria from abroad, right? So since I have been traveling from Europe to Middle East,